With Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Infinity Ward is taking every aspect of the Call of Duty multiplayer formula and re-evaluating it. The developer gave us a chance to play several multiplayer game modes at its reveal event, where Infinity Ward showed off the changes it's making to the way you'll compete in the game. In many ways, Modern Warfare is dialing back to an earlier part in the franchise's history, while rethinking a lot of the elements along the way. The thing that will probably affect the way most players approach Modern Warfare is the map design. Infinity Ward is moving away from the 3-lane map style that's prevalent in a lot of shooters and in many recent COD games. Those maps have 3 general paths from one end to the other, and most of the time, your major tactical decisions hinge on which route you take toward the enemy. Modern Warfare's maps instead are much more like real urban areas, and mostly rely on freestanding buildings to create locations for player engagements. It's all about positioning. Buildings create power positions where you can get better vantage points and sightlines than your enemies. A big focus is on climbing objects and mantling, allowing you to find different paths to high points or out-of-the-way places. Being able to climb up into windows or over ruined walls also gives you opportunities to flank out enemies who are taking out your teammates from those power positions too. Another big addition? Doors. Modern Warfare adds doors that you can open and close, creating and closing off sightlines and player paths. Using doors strategically is also very important to winning fights. Open a door while you're aiming down the sights of your gun, and you'll push it open just a bit and peek in, giving you a chance to toss in a flashbang or take a few shots at unsuspecting players. You can also run or slide through doors and kick them open with a melee attack, or breach them with any explosive in the game for a much louder approach. You're also going to want to use doors to get information on enemies. The sound of doors opening can give you clues when people are sneaking up on you. Modern Warfare does away with personal radar in most circumstances, so you're going to need that intel. Part of the point of Infinity Ward's rework of Call of Duty multiplayer is supporting a variety of playstyles. The map design is part of that support, as is the new gunsmith system. It takes loadout customization much farther, allowing you to kit out every one of your guns to your specification even in the midst of battle. Guns support a variety of attachments, from barrels to sights to stocks and triggers. As in past Call of Duty games, you'll unlock gun pieces as you play. Anywhere between 30 and 60 for every gun. Pistols have fewer because they're smaller, while rifles have many more. You can add 5 attachments to any gun, which have benefits and drawbacks. A scope will increase an assault rifle's range, for instance, while making it heavier and therefore a bit slower to pull up for aiming down sights. You can also add a perk to a gun in lieu of one attachment, which offers things like faster melee attacks or better bullet penetration. Also supporting new playstyles are the return of Killstreaks. First of all, that's a change from previous games in the franchise that used score streaks. Those were rewards of special weapons or abilities that were based on how many kills you notched, but also on things like taking objectives or other means of accumulating points. Modern Warfare switches back to kill streaks to make earning those bonuses a little more predictable, but it also is making them a bit more diverse. For example, Modern Warfare gets rid of your traditional personal radar and minimap, where in previous games you could see the locations of other players whenever they fire their weapons. Now, you'll need a kill streak to launch a personal radar helicopter or a UAV drone to get that information. Other kill streaks let you call in drivable vehicles like tanks that other players can climb aboard. Yep, vehicles are going to be a big part of Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare also gives you support opportunities with a new item in your equipment loadout. These items fall into a category called field upgrades and run on cooldown timers. They include things like a small recon drone that can fly around and mark targets for you, or ammo boxes that you can drop to help resupply your team. A big tenet Infinity Ward keeps mentioning when they talk about Modern Warfare is unifying the experience across all the game modes. Right now, Call of Duty often feels like 3 games packaged together: a single-player campaign, a multiplayer game, and a co-op game like Zombies. Modern Warfare still has all 3, although it switches out Zombies for the original Modern Warfare's Spec Ops mode, but they should feel more similar to one another. The guns you use in single player will handle the same way they do in multiplayer, and your progression with weapons in Spec Ops will carry over to multiplayer. We also got to try out the new crossplay capabilities of Modern Warfare at the event, which were pretty seamless. We raised the question of whether Infinity Ward expects PC players to wallop their console counterparts in matches, but according to the developers, that hasn't been much of a problem. The real determining factor is individual skill on a given platform. Even still, Infinity Ward told us they're working on features behind the scenes in Modern Warfare to make sure everyone gets a fair shake, no matter what platform they're playing on. During our hands-on time with Modern Warfare's multiplayer, we found all the changes that Infinity Ward is making felt really strong. Though a lot of them are channeling Call of Duty of years past, they feel like a big refresher for the franchise's formula. They also help it stand out among a growing field of first-person shooters. At least after a few hours of playtime, with its focus on new technology, crossplay, and revisiting and refining old aspects of the franchise, it seems like Infinity Ward has accomplished that goal, and like Modern Warfare, could be a big step forward for Call of Duty.